In your experience, what is the biggest legal challenge for authors and how do you serve them to overcome it?
I think fully understanding copyright. I
Mm.
think it's a word that people hear and they kind of know, but they don't really understand. Just like we just talked about how every new piece is a new form of copyright.
Mm.
So when you first write your manuscript, you should copyright that. That is by itself is one. But when you add the cover and the images and the illustrations and other things, it's now a new
Mm.
piece of work. So that's another piece of copyright. When you have the audio version, that's now another piece of copyright. When you turn it into a movie, that's another. You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think fully understanding all the players and the permissions that are required for all of them, I think the copyright is the biggest piece. And so, and with that is the sister seed contracts, because that's how all of those pieces play together, is having
Mm-hmm.
the contract in place that says, okay, you're doing this part, I'm doing this part, but I'm going to own it. Or we're going to file a copyright registration that says you own 30% and I own 50%. Or it
Mm-hmm.
all of that happens by contract.
And it's important to note that when you file copyright, go to copyright.gov, G-O-V. It's $65. I have people say, well, I don't want to spend the money to copyright. I'm going to mail it to myself. First of all, if you can't afford $65, this is not the business for you.
Say that.
And secondly, mailing it to yourself has I don't know if it has no validity, but it's not going to stand up in court if, compared to if I have a contract or a certificate from the Library of Congress.
Right, right. And the other thing is, the reason why we register is if that's your proof that you created it.
Mm-hmm.
When you mail it to yourself, that doesn't mean that you created it. You could have stolen it from somebody and then mailed it to yourself, right?
Right.
So that's not it. That they used to call that the poor man's copyright. We don't do that. We don't want to even associate with anything called poor man.
Okay.
That's not what we claim it.
Right.
So file your copyright registration.
Absolutely.